Hey everyone, I'm Rachel,
And I'm David.
and here's what we wish we'd known before cruising with Celebrity the first time.
Let's
Let's go!
go.
So, the first thing that we wish we'd known before cruising Celebrity is that the clientele is a little bit higher class than on the cruise lines that we've been on. So, for instance, the dress code is a lot nicer. And even if the dress code itself is not nicer or enforced, a lot of people are dressing nicer. In the dining rooms for just the regular dinners, not on cruise elegant night, you are resort casual. So, you can't wear shorts or like ripped jeans or heaven forbid pajama pants, which we've seen on other cruise lines. That's why we say it. So they do actually enforce those kinds of things. And even not going into the main dining rooms, like even in the buffet, people are dressed up. Like I'll see women in evening gowns walking around the buffet instead of going to the main dining room. And I'm just like, oh, that's different. So it just seems like people are a lot nicer dressed. And I feel weird walking around in like my leggings, even during the day.
Yeah, I was actually surprised by that. I knew that, Celebrity is a little more expensive than the other cruise lines, so I expected a little bit different clientele, but everyone seems like super intelligent and like
Yeah.
really elegant, like Rachel mentioned. I know there are cruise lines more expensive than Celebrity, so I kind of maybe could see it on those. So to see that trickle down to Celebrity was really surprising to me. And I like it. I like seeing people look really nice. So it doesn't really bother me, but we wanted to mention it to you guys because if you're just not the type that wants to dress up and you're going to feel really awkward or out of place, we wanted to make sure you guys knew that at least our experience on this particular cruise, the fans of Celebrity really do seem to get dressed up and have a nice evening out every night.
Yeah, and just beyond how they dress, I feel like a lot of the time everybody's kind of keeping to themselves. Nobody's yelling, nobody's getting loud, like nobody's loudly laughing. Everybody's just kind of enjoying themselves, but in a very like reserved, elegant way. But it just seems like a very laid back environment as well, where you're not going to be like constantly kind of forced to engage with other people. Like everybody's just kind of doing their own thing and happy about it.
And piggybacking off of that last point, we wanted to mention that it doesn't really seem like a kids' cruise line. We've barely seen any children. There's not really any water slides or,
There's not an arcade.
yeah, there's no arcade. So I didn't really know that. I kind of thought Celebrity was trying to appeal to the family market a little bit, but it doesn't really seem that way. It actually seems like they're way more catered towards adults. I just don't see where kids would have a lot of fun on this cruise.
Yeah. And there are some kids on our cruise. I will say that, but there's a lot less than we've seen on pretty much any other cruise we've been on,
Yeah.
except for Virgin, which they're not allowed at all. And I do know that the kids' camp activities are pretty limited. Like there's only a couple of hours a day where you can actually utilize that. So that's a lot less than some other cruise lines. And a lot of the actual activities in the evenings are just more adult focused, not in a way you would want to censor for your kids, but just they're not things that would interest kids. Like the production shows don't seem like they're kind of that kind of theme for kids, or the trivias and then game shows that they do have are more adult focused. So I wish I had known that this was not really a kid friendly cruise line, which I'm honestly happy about that as kid free people, but it's something that you should really keep in mind if you're thinking about booking Celebrity with your family. Your kids are welcome, but will they find other playmates? Will they find other really entertaining things to do? Or will you end up taking care of them the majority of time? Like, that's what you have to weigh.
Yeah, and to clarify, when we say kids, I mean even like teenagers probably wouldn't have that much fun on a cruise like this. There's no go-karts, there's none of that stuff. And every cruise is a little bit different. But if this is Celebrity's vibe, I wish I had known that beforehand. So it is a little bit different. So.
And the next thing we wish we had known is that the food is honestly great, but the logistics of the food could be better. What I mean by that is everything that we have had really tasted great. And even in the buffet, which is the Ocean View Cafe on this ship, everything was pretty fresh. They're constantly cycling things out and they have different options every day. But the hours of some of the restaurants are kind of weird, and especially when you consider there's a huge focus on specialty dining, meaning there's more specialty dining restaurants than there are included restaurants on this ship. But the included restaurants, have weird hours. Like the grill closes pretty much before dinner time, and the buffet has like weird gaps in its schedule throughout the day. So you have to be kind of careful about when you're going up there. The spa cafe is only open for like 4 hours all day and they're spaced out. So it's just kind of a weird thing logistically getting the food when you're not paying for the extra food package.
Yeah, we've seen on other cruise lines where there are more specialty dinings than there is included dining, like Norwegian, for example. Some of the Norwegian ships have more. But I don't know, man. Like, I feel like the food has been so good that you could, like, survive just based off of the
Oh,
stuff that's
yeah.
included. It's been awesome. And I knew Celebrity was kind of a foodies cruise. Like, it's like one of the best buffets I've ever been to. And, you know, they have the fresh pasta stations and the carving stations. I actually think it's like pretty brilliant how it's set up in a way
It
because
is.
it's so spread out and it's so well done that I wish beforehand we had known because we would have kind of adjusted our reserve dining schedule based off of how much we really like the quick service dining. So I don't know. I just really think they did an awesome job with that and they really did take it a step above, honestly. So
Yeah, and then I guess the one other thing I will say about like logistics
mhm.
is that your room service is like the only option that's available 24 hours a day. So some other cruise lines have like a little cafe that's open 24 hours. They do not have that concept. The pizza and the pasta station do stay open till about 1 a.m. But after that, between that and about 6 a.m., you're not going to find anything other than room service.
Yeah, and that could be a big deal for a lot of people too out there. If you were a night owl and you just get up and walk around the ship late at night, I've seen it. I've seen people walking around pretty late. And there's no international cafe. There's no 24/7 walk-up dining or anything like that. So the if room service is going to be your only option. All right. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is actually the activities as a whole.
Yeah, they do have some trivias, but there's only
Yeah.
like one, maybe two per day, which is not a lot. And then they do have a couple of game shows as well, but again, one or two per day, if that. A lot of their entertainment is very spaced out on the ship and it's more experience based. So come learn how to make a pizza. Come watch this martini demonstration. They do have some production shows, and we have been to those, and even some acrobatic shows. So they're really great. The things that
Yeah.
we've done are really great. It's just a different kind of entertainment from any other cruise we've been on. There's not been like large deck parties, which you would
Yeah.
usually find. This is a Caribbean cruise. You would usually find something every night, which is like a theme, and
Mhm.
they've got theme music playing on the open deck. There's not that. We actually went up onto the pool deck on the first night, and there was
It was.
nobody
Yeah.
outside. It was silent. There was no music. It was
Yeah,
beautiful.
it was.
But it's just different, I guess, is the
Yeah.
thing. So don't expect, if you've been on a Carnival cruise or a Princess cruise or pretty much any other cruise line we've been on, don't expect that kind of entertainment. Just expect that you may have a little bit more free time, or you might just want to focus more on shows and experiences around the ship. They call them ship excursions more than a trivia or game show or a movie or things like that.
Yeah, I see a lot of people like with their own playing cards, a lot of
Yeah.
board games out and about. So people like being in the atmosphere and the spaces where there is actually music and stuff, and then they're playing their games there. And that's a totally valid way to enjoy your
Yeah.
vacation. I think that's actually pretty awesome if you got a nice group of friends to play with. It's just different. And if we had known that, we probably would have packed a little bit differently.
And the last thing we wish we'd known, which may honestly be one of the most important, is just the Edge class difference. That's their newest brand of ship. That's what we're on, which is the Celebrity Apex. And they have the Edge class versus their older class of ship. The differences are huge. The older classes of ship are more your traditional cruise ship experience. If you've been on other cruise lines, they're going to feel more familiar. But these Edge class ships are a little bit different. We have like the Magic Carpet, which is a bar that floats up and down the side of the ship randomly. And you can even eat sunset dinner out there some nights. And then you have the completely different balcony rooms. So, unlike a balcony room on a traditional ship where you'd have a sliding glass door and then you'd have an outdoor balcony space that's open all the time, you actually have what we're calling an infinite veranda, which is a little patio, but it's inside a glass wall, and you have a shade, and then your glass wall goes like halfway down. So it's not really a true outdoor space. It's more of an indoor outdoor space, and it's just a completely different feel than a regular balcony.
It's almost like a breakfast nook in some
Yeah.
apartments. It's very,
Yeah.
very strange. I've never seen anything like it. It might be too much, a little too much engineering, a little over engineering happening, but I do like it, I think.
I don't. I'll be honest. Like, I would much rather have a standard balcony room at this point.
Right.
We wanted you guys to know that because we wish we had kind of better understood what this infinite veranda means, because the website, shows really cool pictures and it is beautiful, but logistically, I prefer just a regular balcony room. So I want you guys to know, like, before you book your cruise, try Celebrity. We would highly recommend trying Celebrity, but know what you want before you book it, and maybe either book a non-edge class ship, or if you want to try it, book an edge class. So it's just important to know what you want before you book.
Overall, I do think Celebrity is pretty much perfect for almost any case, but this particular balcony itself is a little problematic. It's super weird. If it's your first cruise and you're splurging for a balcony, I don't think this would be the one I do.
No.
Personally, I would stick to a traditional balcony. That's what almost every other cruise line has. If you do like cruising and you want to do more and more cruises, you'll kind of have an understanding this is what balconies are supposed to be like. And this one's a little bit wonky. You kind of have it, but you kind of don't. You kind of want to use it, but you kind of don't. I wouldn't recommend it for newbies, but if you got a free room, you got a couple upgrade options. Maybe it doesn't cost that much to upgrade. Maybe you just hate interior rooms. I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah. I'm not saying don't go on a cruise if you have to have an infinite veranda, but for my personal preference, and if you've cruised in a regular balcony before, it's not the same.
All right, and so you're probably watching this because you want to know our thoughts and what we think of Celebrity as a whole, and if we think it's worth it, if this is the right cruise line for us, or maybe even you guys. It really all depends kind of on your situation. For us, I think it's an awesome option for us. I think Celebrity's quite brilliant. I think the food is like legitimately awesome, and that's like one of the main selling points for cruise lines. You know, people want to go on vacation and splurge on their food and kind of hang out. Celebrity kills it on all those fronts.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I think for us, Celebrity is great. I think the food is good. The entertainment is good, though a little bit sparse, like we talked about. And I do enjoy that there's not as many children on here. And even when there are, the ship is spaced in a way and configured in a way that you don't really interact with them that much. And like the casino is smoke free. I do really enjoy this ship, and I've enjoyed my experience on Celebrity. I think they do a lot of things right. Yeah. So I would highly recommend giving them a try, unless like your big thing is that you need to take your kids on a cruise, or you're going with a lot of kids, maybe a big family reunion trip. I don't know that this is for that. But pretty much everybody else, I would highly suggest giving it a try. But what do you think? Have you cruised Celebrity? And do you have any things you wish you had known or tips for first timers? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
And if you enjoy this video and want to see more travel content from us, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. But for now, I'm Rachel.
And I'm David.
And we hope this video helped you find the right direction for your next adventure. Bye.